Welcome everyone to the Train Studio. I'm your host, Sean Morris. Today in the Train Studio update, I have for you just a little look at the new layout of the studio and some update news on what's been going on and some happenings kind of in and around related to the hobby. First off, just a little disclaimer, winter project completely put on hold at the moment. I've been having some issues with yellowing of the snow, and that has something to do with the scenic cement mixing with the MDF cut edges. Just where the laser sears the MDF, it's reacting and causing bleeding in the snow. So with permission of the customer, I've kind of gone back to the drawing board on that. So what does that entail? The buildings obviously are all done, and the forest layouts are obviously all done, but it is going to involve me having to go back and do the roads and some of the basic layout. I'm actually going to convert the substrate to foam. I've done some test pieces and they tend to come out a lot nicer. It retains the white look of the snow. And after several weeks of messing around and testing and a lot of frustration, I just really decided that rather than continue doing the same thing and trying to cover up yellow and really not being happy with the result, I decided that it would be way easier for me to go back and redo the roads and the layout than it would be trying to fix the problems that I know for a lot of people that sounds a little weird. I assure you I spent a solid 2 weeks every day trying to correct the problem. I think it's a problem I'm going to continue to have no matter what. It's just basically the substrate and adhering agent are never going to jive nicely, and it's just going to continue to yellow the snow, and I really wasn't happy with the product. And one thing you have to know about me is I'll never put anything out that I'm not happy with. The customer was actually loving the work and did not have an issue with the snow itself, but I just refuse to put something out of that quality. So you will see that will happen, and you'll see that in the studio from start to finish, or restart to finish, I suppose. Obviously the project should move along a lot quicker because the houses and other things are done, and second go around. And working with the foam is actually going to have some benefits as well. Cutting the pond in is going to be a lot easier, and I'm going to be able to probably sink the roads down as well, which I think will also speed up the process. So if you like the snow progress, great, because you're going to see a lot more of it. And obviously the layout will be the same, so you kind of be a little more familiar with that look. So in speaking about the winter project, one of the things I was noticing was having a lot of issues with space, so hence the new studio layout. And if this is the first time you've seen the Train Studio, well then I guess it's a treat for you. Or I should say maybe it's not as repetitious as those who have been following my channel. But let's just talk a little bit about the layout, and if you guys haven't seen my studio, well, and hopefully you enjoy. Having a nice workspace really kind of gets me inspired and in the mood. So this took me a couple nights to get reorganized and set straight, and the layout is conducive to my work habits, but maybe it's not for everyone. So I'll walk you through, let me know what you think, and comment below, and encouraging comments would be great, because you know it was a pretty detrimental decision kind of to restart completely. And I had some people that I was chatting with, and they were really keeping me motivated, and that's got me kind of inspired to restart the snow project and really get back at that. So without further ado, here's the studio. So this space right here is kind of where I use to film. If I'm doing any sort of product reviews, if companies are kind enough to send me some stuff and they want some some videos done, or I'm doing some tutorials, this space will be available for that. Before I kind of had some stuff here and it just got in the way, so I do have a nice workspace here. So that's a full table. Over here I got myself a new space heater because it gets a little chilly down here. It's like minus 40 degrees centigrade today. And that will pretty much be like that for the next 2 months. So space heater is nice because it warms up the space when needed. Some new stuff in the studio you haven't seen, my Wicked paper towel, which you always see. I love this stuff. Here's my new compressor, and this is the airbrush I got, and I'm a novice airbrusher, complete novice, but this is the one that I bought, and if you Google this, you can see lots of reviews about it. It's not that cheap by any means, but I didn't really want to go with an intro airbrush and then find out I need something more, so I just went really high end. It's cost me like $370, so it's a pretty, I don't think I'm going to need anything more than that, but I tested it out and it seems to work great, and this compressor is really nice. It's nice and quiet, which is great. So this is just my drill press that goes with my Dremel, a couple cut tools there. Obviously you guys know the back to basics rack, so these are awesome and super convenient and I love them, but I'll walk you through them anyways. So we just have the full drawer set here, and then the small ones. These ones here, basically just, you can put all kinds of goodies and odds and sods in there. And down here, these have all kinds of little jars of flocking and base material. So these are all full up there. So I got 4 of those and 3 of the big chest ones. These hoppers are great. These keep my clump foliage at hand, and you just pop off the top here, and you can grab out your stuff, and then a quick refill from the top here. So that's that. iPad always on the go. Got some audiobooks and YouTube videos. So you guys put out videos, gives me something to watch when I'm in studio. These lights here, a lot of people ask me about them. They're OTT light, OTT lights. I'm not particularly sure of the model, but that is the logo and the brand there. So if you're looking, they're great. I actually raised them up a little bit more, and as you can see, they kind of cast a nice even amount of light here. Before I was getting a little bit of shadow, but now it lights up the whole bench, which is nice. Over here, just a bunch of tools and crud like that. A lot of pigments and the AK Interactive washes here. Vallejo paints right here. My friend jokes with me that he thinks they're all going to expire before I actually use them. Not true. I've used 1 or 2 of them. Just some stuff down in the drawers here. Just some Woodland Scenics products here. A few books in there, scenery manuals and things like that. This is some blisters, which I plan and promise to still give all that stuff away. I didn't forget about that. And here's just fences and stuff. So this is all the winter stuff here. So as you can see, it's all still cut. I salvaged almost all of it off the tiles. The only thing I couldn't salvage was the tiles themselves. So, and don't by any means think I'm going to stop using tiles. They're down there. They work wonderful for everything except for snow, as it turns out. Because I never noticed a bleeding with anything else, grass or otherwise. I just think the snow, because it's so white, it just picks up any sort of pigment at all. And with the scenic cement, where you keep reapplying it in between layers, more so than with flocking, it just tends to wick up through everything. And it was just a circumstance that even in the test pieces, I wasn't going to be able to see that, because I did the test on the foam, and even on the small samples, I was noticing no bleeding at all. But with everything else, I was getting some bleed. And I did, like I said, I did a test piece here. Kind of get off track, but I did a test piece here on foam. This one here I did with flex paste underneath and then snow on top. This sample section here I did simply with paint. So you can see this one's a little bit more off-white than this. So this is straight paint. So I think I might forego the flex paste for the most part on the flats. And then this one here I painted underneath with the earth color first. So you can see that one actually, it doesn't, this is not wicking, this is actually just seeing the undercoat. So this is obviously a lot more white and conducive to what I'm looking for. So that's kind of the look that I'll be achieving with the snow effect. So and a lot of people ask me about products and stuff, so I'm trying not to make the video super long, but at the same time I don't want to keep making videos for individual questions if I can try to get it all in one. So this is all of the products that I use. You can freeze frame on that to do basically the snow and water effects. So as you can see, I'm not super brand loyal to any one brand, but I love the Vallejo pastes for any like earth buildups. And then I love the Woodland Scenics products for their adhesives, and then I like a mixture of the Vallejo and the Woodland Scenics for water effects. So it depends what I'm doing, what I use. Obviously, I love this stuff here. This is a matte medium. You can use Weld Bond as well. This is great because it's the concentrate, and I apply it basically straight out of the bottle. Or you can do the same thing using the Weld Bond. Obviously, I love that stuff for your underlayer. This I showed in another video. This is just a light box that I made, super cheap, and that's just showing off my train. So if you guys haven't seen that, you guys can check that out. So yeah, it's really, I made this light box in about 15 minutes, and it's kind of handy, you know, just snap some photos here and there. So obviously it's not lit up all the time, but for flockings, obviously, oh jeez, out of focus. There we go. So for flockings, obviously the Scenic Express rather makes a nice line of products. So the Flock and Turf, buy this stuff here. That's the best bang for your buck in that stuff, in terms of that quantity wise. And then this here is the Super Turf. Obviously Woodland Scenics, you can't get any better clump foliage than that. I've tried some other stuff, but it tends to be a little cheaper and more foamy than the Woodland Scenic stuff. And then obviously those are just ground mixtures there. And then if you're looking, I do recommend always using at least 3 shades in your grass. Makes it look way better. So obviously you can see I got lots of shades and lots of color variations there. This stuff here, really cheap acrylic paint. That's the best stuff to put a base layer down because you're never going to see it, and it's super cheap. It's like $1 a bottle. These earth pigments here are great. I actually just started using them. The earth undercoat works super if you're going to do some sort of exposed dirt areas, and then obviously these ones here, the slate and the stone, are great for making your own rocks via the rock molds. That's just winter trees boxed up there, some foam down there. This stuff's a lot to go through, and what I think I'll do is taking a page out of Bill's book. Long ago, used to roll dice and pick drawers and show you what's in it. I think I'll do some of those videos, and I'll actually just pick a drawer and go through, because all of these are filled with various scenery products, all of this, and there's a lot in there to show, and valuable stuff. So I think what I'll do is maybe in between videos, I'll do some of that, so I can really walk you through what I have in that stuff. So obviously those are all my minis. War Games Illustrated. Great magazine. Some of them, most of them, I just leaf through very quickly, but great reference material if you're ever looking for an idea. Kind of go back and grab an old magazine. So, and parts of the studio you never see is my super blank wall that I need to do something with, but and then obviously my closet. And it's way too plain over there. It needs more tables and back to basics racks to really finish off the studio. But there you go, guys. That's it. That's the space. There's the wall. If you ever need to get inspired to do scenery, I just turn around and just look at something and be like, what can I do with that product? So there you go. So keep it a secret. We won't tell anybody that I have a hobby shop's worth of materials down here, especially my wife, and we'll all be good. So that's the secret door that stays shut, and entrance is denied to all, except if you ever want to come visit me. You can obviously jump in my studio and use everything here. My products are your products. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for coming back to the channel if you were waiting for me to come back and do some videos. Like I said, I got really frustrated for a couple weeks and wasn't sure what I was going to do, but ultimately I decided that I'm not going to be beat by a few products and you know, chemicals disagreeing with one another. So winter project will be in the works. I'm looking for my customer right now. I seem to have communication problems with my next customer in terms of getting started on the project. So I was really hoping to get something in the works on my winter holidays. I have another super special project coming up in the next, let's say, day or so. I'm working with Dredd and Jamie and myself. We're putting together a project. It's a Christmas present. So that will be happening. The videos for that will go on my channel. Just got to make sure that the person the present's for doesn't look at the video. So I may have to do that after I finish, but that is coming up. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned for that. And it's actually 28 mil bolt action ish diorama. So if that's of interest, definitely stay tuned and be looking for that. So, and try to give me some slack because it'll be my first kind of 28 mil endeavor. So that'll be a steep learning curve as well. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.